welcome to the Spotlight Show. I'm your host. My name is Gbkm. I'm smiling because I'm always happy, to be, on air with you every Sunday evening. And I know that we have viewers from across the globe. So wherever you may be watching us from, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because everybody's watching now. We're on the internet and we're live right now. So you could be in any part of the world, and we don't know your time zone. We're here in Canada. Eastern time zone, Eastern Standard Time. So I want to say thank you. We're in the evening right now, and I know in several parts of the world, some people are in at probably midnight right now in some parts of Africa, the Caribbeans, and probably morning in other parts of the world. So thank you so much. And like I said, we are live right now on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So please, tell your friends and your family and your loved ones about this particular program. It's always amazing every Sunday evening. Like I always say, that Sunday evenings is always the highlight of my weekend, because I'm always here and coming here to give you information. We've done heavy lifting and we've done the research, and we're here to give you information. And thank you so much. This show is made possible by viewers like you, and of course our sponsors who help us to continue with these programs. And I want to say a quick shout out, like I always say, thanks to Imani's Place. Imani's Place is a shelter for women from 18 to 30, and it's a wonderful place based here in Canada. I want to say thank you to African Young Entrepreneurs, wonderful global entity. Thank you to their, e-trust fund, very important. If you're an entrepreneur, you need a payday loan, or you need instant loan. They have that possible. So go to ayeonline.org. Thanks to Pan-African Arts, Culture and Trade Institute. Pan-African Arts, Culture and Trade Institute is something that's very close to my heart. I love that organization because of some of the initiatives that they have. And there's a wonderful program coming very soon, and we're going to share that with you. It has to talk about participation of youth in governance. Very important. We're going to take that head on. And of course, Top Run Consulting. Top Run Consulting is very important because I'm in technology. My day job is in technology, and I'm an alumni of Top Run Consulting, wonderful institute, a training institute to get you certified in information technology courses and certification. They do mentorship. They do business communication. Right now they have a new course for cybersecurity. It's very wonderful, guys. So go to www.toprun.ca to check them out. All right, guys. So we're going to go straight to today's topic. Like I always say, this is a 30-minute show. It's packed full with information, and please, sit down, relax, and let's discuss today. And what is today's topic for discussion? Very, 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 very wonderful and interesting topic that we're going to have today. And what is it about? Does your race or your language, determine your need in life? So everybody has values. Everybody has, certain behavior. So to make it simple, does your race or your language actually determine how you behave? Some people may not believe that. No, why does the color of my skin or where I'm or geographically may be based, or the language I speak determine my behavioral trait? Well, we're going to discuss this today, guys, and let's see. And you may ask me, what's the importance of this topic? It's very important because, in business and in life, it's very important for you to understand your consumers. And this is because the world is a global village right now. I could be in Canada and I'm supplying goods to someone in Africa or in China. So I have to understand, some of their patterns, some of their values, and some of their behaviors, because it goes a long way, guys. You may not believe it, but it does. And that's where the journey starts on today's show. As you already know, what's the Spotlight Show? The Spotlight Show is for, it provides topics of, we discuss topics of interest that affect you and I. People of African descent, people of color all across the world, or as we call it, the diaspora, who are away from their home countries. We also discuss issues that is affecting, different parts of, Africa and the Caribbean, of course. So thank you so much. So yes, guys, first of all, a quick shout out. If you check social media right now, you put on your TV and you're putting on the news, what the TV and everyone is talking about is what? The U.S. election. Yes, it's quite interesting. In every race there are winners and losers. So in every election there has to be a victor and there has to be a loser. But it's very important that how you take your loss is very important, because there can only be one winner and the other party has to be the losing team. But the way it's very important to reevaluate your strategy, look at the things you did wrong. In case you want to contest again, you want to come back again, you can have a proper plan or an action to tackle some of those challenges. Okay, but today, when it's not about American election, today we're talking about how does your race or the language you speak determine your human needs or trait. Because remember, there's a popular saying that you are a product of your own environment. So quickly, what is race? What is race? People may not understand because I get viewers from across the globe. We in the North America and Europe, we understand race very well. Why? Because racism. Obama. I watched when Obama was doing the video on Instagram. There's a video he talked about racism, and it's a psychological thing. It's tick in people's mind, and anything that's psychological, it takes a whole lot of effort, to erase it if they choose to, So, but many believe that. The current chaos in America today that has to do with race is as a result of the Trump presidency. The last 4 years since 2016 won the election to even 2020, it's been very, very, it's been marked with, storms of racial conflict and, racial incidents. There's a whole lot of things happening on. Thanks to Trump, we now have the Black Lives Matter, who's a household name all over the globe, and so that's why people believe there was a huge turnout, but because of race. But I mean, we're not talking about American election today. We're not talking about racism today. We're talking about how your language or your race actually may impact the way you behave, and we're going to look at that and see if it's possible. Because I mean, when it comes to race, it comes to religion, or even your ethnicity, these are all things that create a lot of issues, across the globe today. But let's quickly talk about the classification of race. What is all this? So you see the video behind me, very wonderful video. So people, actually in the studio today, we're talking about this email. People were saying, who are these people? Actually this is just a stock photo, guys, and this talks about race. Right now across the world, we classify race into 5 main categories: African, European, Asian, Oceania, and Native America. Oceania includes Australia, and the Pacific. And why am I bringing up this image, and why am I talking about this today? Because it goes a long way in being able to understand, your ancestry. Okay, and I will quickly take you on a quick journey because right now there was a project. It's called the National Human Genome Research Institute embarked on a project called the Human Genome Project, HGP. You can Google it to get more information on that. What was that about? Because people always talk about the origin of man. How do we get to where we are? How come a certain people with certain features, maybe like people who have the texture of my hair or brown eyes and brown or dark skin are based in Africa, and lighter skins or pale skin are based in Europe, etc. So decided to look at this, and was a very, very, very big project, because instead of looking at the galaxies and the cosmos, everything outside the planet, a team of researchers actually came together to map all the genes. Okay, I'm going somewhere, just so listen. To map up the genes. So it was known as, mapping all the genes becomes known as genome, you understand? And, within the members of a species, which, so let's go back to biology. You all remember Homo sapiens, you understand, which is the origin of man. So beginning from October 1990 and to April 2023, this genome project was the ability for the first time to read nature's complete genetic blueprint. Okay, for building a human being. Okay, what are we made up of? And to cut the long story short, the project made it finally possible to examine human ancestry and with genetics. And scientists have since been able to find out that, of course, we all know that civilization started from Africa. Human beings migrated from Africa into various parts of the world. Guys, this is not me. This is what science said. So go online and research it. It is the fact. Because the mainstream media or the school do not teach, doesn't make it false. So you have to go research your information, guys. And that's why people say, this issue of racism is just is a psychological thing. It's just something made up by human beings in the past, and people just took that lie and began to believe it, and it became fact. If you keep repeating life, before it becomes the normal thing. But that is not why we're here today. So now people are able to detect their ancestry using DNA test kit, because now it's very common in America. In other parts of the world, people want to understand. Puff Daddy, like Sean Combs, Jay-Z, many other people, they do their DNA just to understand their ancestry and where do they really come from. Even a lot of people, Caucasians as well, people of European descent, do DNA tests, and they have percentage of African in them. So guys, okay. So the new findings in genetics tear down the old ideas about having just 5 races. So it's no longer about 5 races anymore now. And that's what this image is talking about. And now science is no longer using race. And what we are now is that in biological and social sciences, the consensus is clear. True. It's a social construct, and it's not a to do in a human being. This means that it was created by society and it was adopted by inhabitants of society. So somebody came up with this idea the same way, there's a theory by Darwin that human beings evolved from monkeys. People come up with these theories, people believe it, you understand? There's obviously what you cannot prove, you cannot dispute, definitely. But as we evolve, begin to have access to more information, begin to see some of these falsehood. So today, scientists prefer to use the term ancestry. Nobody's talking about race anymore. People, I don't know, back in Africa, Caribbean, Middle East, it may not be common to say your ancestry because people know that this is their land, this is where it came from. But in Europe, North America, one of the things you say is that, oh, what race is he? You understand? You do census, you fill form, you apply for jobs. They want to collect optional information about race, but right now it's not about race, it's about ancestry. Because a whole lot of people, they do DNA tests. You may look like a European, you may talk like a European, but you find out that you actually have, your ancestry is made up of, perhaps Asia, Africa, or even Native Americans. It's the fact, guys. All right. So I just showed you that. So let's go to today's topic. So this image is actually about today's topic. So we zoom into that image. What do you care about the most? So whether you are your ancestry is from East Asia, South Asia, Caribbean, Africa, Europe, Australia, what do you care about most in life? Okay. Does your language, does your skin color, does your environment actually determine the way you behave? So the good thing about this particular experiment was a survey was conducted by a company called Value Graphics. Okay, so according to Value Graphics, the founder of the company actually confirmed that the aim is to find out what your target audience cares about. So remember, if you're teaching, if you have a business, you have an audience. So to actually understand your target audience, that was the whole reason for doing the survey. And basically, the focus was on that. So why waste time and money on anything else when their data set can tell you exactly what you need to know anywhere on earth? So it began this particular survey, and it was 500,000, 500,000. 500,000 surveys was done in 152 languages, guys. 500,000 surveys, that's a lot of people. 152 languages, that's a lot. And not just in one continent, across the world. Africa, Europe, Asia, they had respondents from all these places to actually partake in this survey. And they identified 56 values. Okay, if you know psychology, economics, you talk about human needs. But they look at 56 values. Okay, and we'll get into that shortly. That influence human behavior, and they uncovered what people care most around the world. You understand? So we're going to go into that now to really understand. Someone like me, who my ancestry is obvious. I'm from the continent of Africa. I was born in Nigeria. I really want to know, does my place of birth or my language in my home country, Nigeria, we have over 300 languages. Does my language actually modify or determine the way I behave? I need to know that. And that's why this topic is very interesting. Okay, guys? So we are going to divide. So what they did actually is there are 10 top values we share across cultures. So let's go to that next image. There's 10 top values. So if we zoom into that, so this is the 56 values. I'm going to zoom into that quickly. So 56 values, but look at the first 10. The first 10 is what we're going to focus on today. So which is family. You understand? Do you value family? Do you value relationship? Do you value financial security? Do you value belonging, community, personal growth, loyalty, religion? Employment security, personal responsibility. Do you value that? So let's see actually what part of the world, based on where you come from, how each part of the world actually score. And you be the judge and tell me, is it really true? Because when I saw this information, I went through it, I was like, some of them, in short, almost all is true. Yes, I can speak for myself because my ancestry is African, and I can tell some of the behaviors of people from Africa, you understand, actually relates to what they actually said. So based on your ancestry, we're going to find out what your top needs are. But before we do that, we need to pay some bills, guys. And we're going to go on a quick short break. But it's very interesting, guys. Don't go anywhere, because whether you're from Africa, you're from Europe, you're from Australia, South Asia, you're from China. You understand? What we're going to talk about next will actually determine, you understand, what your core values are. So please stay tuned. We're going to go on a quick short break, and we'll be right back, guys.
Top Consulting is a global education consultancy. We provide pretty intensive short training courses that help people gain leadership, strategic, and technical skills. High in-demand skills such as project management, business analysis, software quality assurance, IT service management, agile, etc.
My name is Angela and I'm a business analyst. A good friend of mine introduced me to Top. He had taken the course before and he thought it would be a good idea for me to try it out. At the time, I was looking to change my career and just get a little bit more knowledgeable on how to be a business analyst.
I wanted
All right, guys, welcome back. You're still on the Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Gbkm Napoleon Ogbole. I'm very excited today because the topic for discussion is something that's really close to my heart. Because I love psychology, guys. I don't know about you. So if you're just joining us, yes, you haven't missed much. And remember, after this live recording, this video will be available on our network YouTube channel, Gbkm TV, so you can go back to YouTube and you will be able to see that this particular episode. And of course, go to our website www.gbkm.fm, go to past shows and you will see Spotlight Show and you see this particular episode with the topic for discussion today. Very interesting, guys. So thank you once again. And remember, we are live right now, so tell your friends, family, even your haters, tell them, let them be informed. Guys, we need to carry ourselves along, okay? Be your brother's keeper and your sister's helper. And yes, you just saw that video from Top Consulting. They are doing wonderful courses right now. Go to www.toprun.ca, reach out to them. If you're already in IT and you need some certification done, or you need mentorship, you need some interview training skills, or you just need to network with like minds. They have a wonderful platform on WhatsApp, on Telegram with hundreds of people. So whatever challenge you may be going through, whatever project you may have, and you need access or you need information, go there. You see a lot of people that can help you out there. Okay, I was on a difficult project before and I needed some information, and I reached out to the to the community, Top Run community, and someone was actually out there to really help me because they had the previous experience, guys. Like I said, they had a wonderful introductory course today to cybersecurity and business communication. So reach out to them. If you know anyone, wherever you may be at any part of the world, Top Run operates across the globe. You're in Africa, in Caribbean, Europe, in America. Go to the website and they will tell you how you can connect one of their classes in your location, guys. All right, welcome back. So before we went, we're talking about race, the 5 major race and how science has involved. And scientists don't like to use the word race because it's a social construct. This was something that some people came up with and the society adopted. Now they want to use ancestry. You understand? What is your ancestry? Because that way is more accurate actually. And we all know now definitely science that human beings, wherever you may be across the globe, civilization started from Africa. That's the cradle of civilization, and that's science believe that a lot of the people across the globe right now actually migrated from Africa through Egypt to their current country right now that we call Arab or Middle East, and from there spread. So you do your research and you be the judge. All right. So now okay, so we're going to take a look at some information quickly, but before we do that, I need to quickly explain. We know we have various continents in the world, but this particular survey, what they did was to break it into categories. Okay, so Africa means people from Africa, whether you're in Caribbean. For the purpose of this survey, you are considered African. Okay, so if you are in Brazil, if you are in Ecuador, you're in Central South America. North America, obviously, we know Canada, we know America. Middle East is self-explanatory. The Arab world, and Europe. Of course, Europe is a continent, so every country in Europe, so it's considered Europe. However, China was split away from Asia, and China being, because of the population and some of their traits, standalone. However, we now have, after China, we have rest of Asia. And then the last category is actually it's called Pacific and Oceania, and that's just when you say Pacific and Oceania, we're talking about if you are from Australia, you understand, you are considered part of the Pacific Oceania, all those islands surrounding that region, guys. Okay, so the first image, we quickly zoom in there. Let's see, based on where where your ancestry is, does